He's concerned for the family. He's been able to rise up and step up even in paying for the service here today. I remember at the viewing he said, I want my brother to be at Greenwood, and I need to make this happen. So by him being responsible, he was able to work and save up money, and with the help of family and friends as well. I know you guys had you guys were doing fundraisers, yard sales on 36 and over there on 36 and Hemlock. I remember family and friends coming together and raising money, and so he wanted to say thank you to all of you that helped and participated, and everyone that's here as well. And so in Romans chapter 8, the Apostle Paul speaking to the church. The church in Rome was living at a time where they didn't know what was going to happen next week or next month, because the Christians in the church at Rome, they were being persecuted, they were being incarcerated. Mom was being split up from dad, and the kids would be being taken from the Roman officers, because at that time they wanted to stop the Christian faith from spreading. So in an attempt to do so, there was a large amount of persecution against the Christian faith. And so Paul wanted to comfort the church that no matter what happens in life, nothing can ever separate us from the love of God. God's love is four-dimensional. In Ephesians, it describes what God's love is. And Paul begins to describe God's love as four-dimensional. And he says that God's love is very wide. It's very wide. And he's saying that because anyone can come to the Lord. It don't matter what race you are, how old, how young you are, what kind of background you come from. God's arms are always open wide for you to come in. It don't matter what happened to you. And so Paul's saying that God's love is extremely wide, so that anyone can come to him. Anyone. Paul continues on to say that God's love is not only wide, but it's extremely long. God's love is long, and in saying that, meaning that God's love is eternal. God's love is eternal. God's love is enduring. It doesn't stop. It's enduring. It from the beginning to the end, and from now until eternity. And it demonstrates how patient God is, how patient the Lord is, because He wishes that none should perish, but that all should come to Him. So not only is God's love accessible, God's love is permanent. Paul continues on to say that God's love is not only wide and long, but God's love is deep. It's deep, meaning that no matter how you feel, no matter how much you suffer, how much you're going through, if you feel like you're in quicksand, if you feel like you're going through it, like you're just caught up, God's love is so deep that it can pull you out from wherever you're at. Maybe you're depressed, maybe you're worried, maybe you just lost your job, or like we're gathered here today, you lost a loved one. Paul's reminding the church that God's love is so deep that it can pull you out of any situation. Not only is God's love wide and long and deep, but he finishes by saying this: God's love is high. So it's four dimensions. It's wide, it's long, it's deep, and it's high, meaning that the Lord can lift you up above your problems, your circumstances, your trials, and your situations. And so, in continuing in Romans 8, it says, Romans 8 verse 35, the Bible says this: can anything ever separate us from Christ's love? Does it mean He no longer loves us if we have trouble or calamity, or are persecuted or hungry or destitute or in danger or threatened with death?